silversmithing. Jennat's mistress had chosen her to learn these skills. As for Jessie, someone had interceded to bring him to this post. He did not know who or at what price. One did not ask, but accepted opportunities. To work indoors and learn a skill was the highest goal of a slave. For the first weeks, Jessie had struggled to avoid gazing at Jennat. Jennat was lithe and slim as a reed. She moved with the grace of a queen, her long legs caressed by her wide, filmy tunic, which parted tantalizingly when she walked. In the fashion, Jennat's large, almond-shaped eyes were accentuated with deep blue kohl. One glance, and Jessie felt breathless. Jennat was half Egyptian, half Syrian, a higher-ranking captive than he. She would likely become the concubine of a wealthy man. It was foolish and wrong for Jessie even to imagine the silken touch of her skin or the scent of her glossy dark hair. But Jessie could not control his thoughts, especially in the nights. Then, over and over again, he would recall the delight of Jennat standing close beside him while Sinyahe instructed them. Sometimes her breath brushed his cheek, and the scent of her hair overwhelmed him with desire. Jessie had calculated taking the gold buckle to give to his cousin Avi, but it was also a test. One cry from Jennat, and he would be doomed. If she betrayed him, Jennat could win favor for herself. But as Jessie grasped his prize, he saw Jennat's color deepen. Quickly, she averted her eyes and moved nearer the teacher, inventing a question to keep him occupied. The memory of Jennat's conspiracy filled him with joy. She must care for him, or at least not despise him. He hurried now to tell his cousin Avi. Aunt Hannah would have prepared something festive to eat, perhaps a stew for Avi's birthday. Later they might go to the canals and lie among the cool reeds and spy upon the Egyptian maidens who came to bathe in the moonlight. The sound of horses shattered Jessie's calm. Shouts rang out. 3 Egyptian boys, bent over their steaming mounts, whipped them on into the slave camp. It was their usual sport. Jessie tried to dodge behind a low wall, but the horses, with their heated bodies and blazing hooves, came bearing down upon him. Dust blinded him. Jessie heard the fearful cries of animals and the shouts of the boys. "Ho! Faster! Faster! Look at that idiot trying to outrun us!" They roared and laughed. The boys were tough from the games and competitions that filled their days, and they hungered for a fight. In the next instant, Jessie lay on the ground, shaken. The side of his face felt numb, then oily to his fingertips. The boys were gone, but they would be back, Jessie knew. There was blood on his hands. He heard a cry. A woman lay just beyond him in the dust. She had been walking with a cache of precious eggs in her apron. The broken eggs dripped like pus down the front of her robe. The woman's eyes reflected first terror, then shame. Jessie looked away, but he had seen. In the attack, the woman's kerchief had slipped from her head, and now she clutched at her nearly bald skull, trying to hide her humiliation. The Egyptian masters often took the hair of their Hebrew slave women to make the wigs that they prized. Jessie moved toward the woman, his heart pounding with rage. His cheek stung. "Are you all right, Ima?" he asked softly. He used the title mother respectfully, as was the custom in addressing any married woman. "Oh, the eggs! The eggs! Lord save us, how can I make it up to my master?" With trembling hands, the woman placed the cloth back on her head. Then she stood up, leaning on Jessie's arm. "I will find you more eggs, Ima," Jessie said. "Come, don't be afraid." She brushed the egg slime off her robe, leaving trails of dirt, and now she looked Jessie full in the face and exclaimed, "Jessie, son of Nathan and Devorah, can it be? You've grown a hand's breadth, I swear, since I saw you last. Where have you been?" Jessie laughed slightly. "I've been learning metalcraft in the household of Memnet, the Egyptian, wife of Inhoktep." The woman made a mouth and rolled her eyes. "Ah, you are coming up in the world. No wonder you don't spend time in our fields anymore." "I do my share," Jessie objected. Often, at night,